Good.
Yeah, we got Army base. This COVID-19 policy, regulation, and services from straight to the judge's chambers and prosecutor's office. You know, the threats, allies, features at a GTA service employees picking up regulation services and passengers on a bus route. The Department of Motor Vehicle License Department has a confirmation signature verification UPS confirmation signature by, as you can see, the man log. It says International Airport, Port of Moses Lake, Interstate Memorial Plaza Lake, Washington. Now the video we got of the threats of the bus driver at the GTA bus station. Now the threats, they threatened the bus driver at the GTA Grant County transfer station here on the Army base, on the bus stop terminals, here at the administration office of the Army base, because we put the sign up of course, and the advertisement fee of $200 billion a year. Now $200 billion is financed every year. A check of $200 billion is issued out. Why? Because the service of the center of a McKenna law firm at 509-765-4451, 509-765-6014. They carry a policy regulations of 6 images, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th image of Mar-a-Lago, Florida. Now, the death certificates and services along a policy regulation of a GTA service. Now the bus number 10 and the bus number 20 and the bus number 30 and the buses for the routes to the DSH office, straight to a Department of Social Services for a mailbox. And this mailbox here says the residents of Moses Lake, Washington, and depriving a GTA bus driver and threatening him with his bodily harm. He's a military status bus driver, and he rides the bus routes. For this reason, he applied his services to work for the GTA. Now he's harmed and threatened by a agency, uniformed agency, and they say they have body cameras, right? So we got video on the guy that's on the camera, and the video on the services on the backlog information. It says Grant County International Airport, Port of Moses Lake, International Park, Port of Moses Lake, Washington. Now this man log confirmation, FedEx, UPS confirmation, signature verifications, threats to bodily harm a bus driver that's walking to Felix Barela to pick up Felix Barela. You'll go cash a check, and I have to go cash a check, and he came here robbing us in such of a way of taking driver's license, CDL requirements, a fishing license permit, a concealed gun permit, and also an endorsement that's mailed off to a mailbox. See, you know, mailbox keys are authorized for their services and policy regulations of FedEx, UPS confirmation, signature verification from your household, your residence, to 704 East South Moses Lake, Washington, to 1400 East Main Street, which is Benton County Justice Department. Mr. Andy Miller, Mrs. Norma Rodriguez, Ryan Ludskin, and Eric I. Singer. This confirmation signature from the Grant County International Airport, Mr. Donald Trump himself. You know, they're carrying the July 13th assassination, what they did here at the Army base with the Army sign and the confirmation, video confirmation, signature verification. Threatened a bus driver with bodily harm in a public society in front of thousands upon millions of people that have a direct deposit EFT transaction at bank accounts and business accounts, Verizon business accounts, and policy regulations from a FedEx UPS confirmation signature from a signature confirmation policy regulation. Donald Trump, Melania Trump, suffer consequences of the death. We have the body, the carcass, and services at McCann Law Firm, right in the front lawn from Brokendale, right across from the street from Brokendale. Brokendale's in Richland, George Washington Way, and LDS Church, right next to it. There's a Brokendale, right on George Washington Way in Richland, and a Brokendale here in Olive. 831 Rhonda Kaiser and 1401 South J. Mueller's Funeral Home. That's Kennewick, Washington, Pasco, Washington. That's Greenlee Memorial, Chapel Falls. That's Dayton, right by Kennewick High School. Kennewick High School has a Mueller's Funeral Home parlor right there. Confirmation EFT transaction reports. Donald Trump and his successors, these are 7 images, and the policy regulations in service with their bodily threats. You have to have authorizations of a no record, no criminal record, no any kind of citations or tickets, no convictions, no infractions in any citation tickets or violations, even driving a motorcycle. Even a motorcycle ATV, Polaris, no violations, no tickets, no DWIs, no traffic violations, no license suspended, violations or tickets, any records or regulation reports, no drug trafficking, no possession of drugs, no open of minor container or consumption. These affidavits on a party situation with open container, closed containers with minors. No regulation reports of such any felony face, any facing any felony causes for any kind of murder cases or premeditated murder or jury selection applying a conviction rate on any individual prior or pending cases. George Bush, he's a president, has a photograph at Kennewick City Hall, his monument services. This is testimony from July 13th of 2024 here at the Army base. And then you bring assessor agencies' threats at each bus stop, from this bus stop to another bus stop to the third bus stop. There's 3 bus stops here at the Army base, right on the Army base. There's no, it's totally quiet and privacy enactments. Obama, George Bush Sr., Jr., Bill Clinton, and Jimmy Carter. Now this is the image of the 45th President of the United States of America. The 46th President, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and also Joe Biden. Kamala Harris and Mr. Waltz, the Vice President, and Mr. J.D. Vance and Donald J. Trump. The assessors and policy regulation of the presidential primary election, how corrupted they are, with the threats to a GTA bus driver waiting at an Army base bus stop. There's 3 bus stops. There's 4 bus stops at the Army base. There's 4 bus stops here at an Army base. And this is Donald Trump, the Queen. Miller's Jewelry has contents of information of where gold, silver, platinum, pearls, and transaction reports has to be signed off and sent to Miller's Jewelry Store here in Moses Lake. And receiving their diamonds, flawless diamonds, Russian diamonds, and their services. Donald Trump and Melania Trump, Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump Jr., which the contents of information that have from a FedEx UPS confirmation signature and verification. CDL requirements, and also the airport license, and also in documents and service and charting policy regulations. How they make things up, because we call the GTA and the police department on the agencies for the threats on the GTA bus driver. So we called the GTA and we called the police department and hand the phone to the agency On that end of the phone, they called him a liar. They call him a fool because I'm at the Grant County Courthouse on YouTube calling 911 and dispatch units, the State Troopers Association, Kennewick Dispatch, police, EMS, and also the fire department. And the policy, they broke in to the McKenna Law Firm that same day on a Friday. This is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is a Friday. This happened. See, they have, don't they have better things? There's Norma Rodriguez, Ryan Lutzkin, Eric I. Singer. And that mailbox, that law book, that rotor update, the ballot form. You know, the possession of drugs, paraphernalia, 2 dead bodies in Othello, 2 murder cases, and then sitting here at the base where you have murdered attempt on July 13th of Donald J. Trump, and the second murder attempt at a golf course. Go figure that the Columbia Point Insurance Company carries direct deposit EFT transaction, also signatures confirmation at a City Hall, federal courthouse. Here in Tri-Cities, a federal courthouse, and Grant County 35C Street. See this downloaded information, we submitted this information to, which we do by mobile from this bus stop. There's this terminal services of recording the information of defamations of a character and character witnesses and jury with threats, intimidation, and people on jury selection in a jury box. They're testifying for the Grant County Courthouse, interfering with testimony and verification disclosures for the date, time, sequence, timelines, and also the Microsoft components and services. You know, calling 911 and dispatch, and calling the MCC, and calling the 911 dispatch, doing images, going to the gun store because they shot the people bus driver with a 10 gauge shotgun. And then the officers came out here on the site 3 different times at 3 different locations on a sidewalk with their threats, a lawnmower, a blower, and also a direct deposit of laptops, equipment, and supplies, and the docket from the Superior District Court, Misdemeanor Court, Commissioner's Audit, and also probate, and also these services at McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451, and recording Mr. McKenna's office for the damage, how they broke into the office and broke into the services and policy regulations and service while they came here trying to detain and falsify documents and threaten the bus driver for dropping me back and picking me up here at an army base for confirmation, defamation of services with their threats, with the video imaging information that they erased. You know, the populated services they have, and defamation of a character, and making consequences more involved than they really are at J. Mueller's funeral home, Rhonda Kaiser's funeral home, with jet engine receipts and transaction and jet fuel on possession, on premises, on private property. The Queen of London having the entire Miller's jury on her. Mr. Donald Trump, Mr. Melania Trump, and Mariana Trump, Barry, Donald Trump's sister, and also Ivana Trump, Avox Trumps, and Eric Trumps, and Donald Trump Jr., biological mother. And we got photo shots, we got defamations of character, false information, forgery, fraudulence, robbery, restitution, anything outstanding balance of $200 billion. The restitution is $200 billion. Now, Bill Gates at Medina, 1835, Seattle, Washington, Mr. Bill Gates, which is the server, Microsoft components and service and components that are paid for, and restitution is $200 billion. Now, $6,000 an hour for the attorney fees, right? The attorney works $6,000 an hour. And the request is $2 billion for the restitution. And that call for number for the administration office and the case numbers here at the Grant County Courthouse and the Benton County Justice Department and the federal courthouse in Richland. Ryan Ludskin, Norma Rodriguez, and Eric I. Singer. Ryan Ludskin, oh yes, from childhood at birth he had Pepsi, he had corn dogs, he had steak, ribeye, root beer, orange pop, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper, ice cream. He didn't starve. Mr. Norma Rodriguez, she didn't starve. Fed her food, pop, water, epidural, diapers, steroids, ketamine, Cancer Society, marijuana, synthesized liquidized THC marijuana, liquidized THA hashish. These are cancer patient Roberta Barela, Lola Hernandez, brain cancer, lung cancer, throat cancer, brain cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, epidural, oxygen intake mouthful, a deathbed. All these services were turned out in administration office direct EFT transactions, policy, regulation, and services. You know, the threats to a GTA bus driver is a premeditated murder, driving to a bus stop terminal, array of services, going to each bus stop, 4 bus stops at an army base, no warrants, now standing warrants, no citations, no tickets, nothing in that matter in shape and way and form. And the bus driver is litigated and brought to a checkpoint service and brought to a server policy regulations. And we're at a Grant County Courthouse and we're trying to stop us to go to 35 C Street, Grant County Courthouse here and afraid of Mr. Sheltick, Brooks Athletic Club, George Washington House. Now George Washington House is 42 Northwest C Street, afraid of Washington, 98223. We got the routes, the shipments, the rates, administration office. We got the constitutional law of the policy, regulation, and services. With the Mar-a-Lago portrait of the constitutional law embedded. July 13th, this is September 23rd, 2024. So I'll catch this, you know, this individual fool. Policy, regulation, and implemented services has been embedded